Let's address the charge of India becoming an elected autocracy, to which Ram Madhav's response and the BJP's response is, boss, we win elections, we work hard. We're not taking off to Italy or we're not going off on Vipassana to Burma. We are on the ground 24/7 working hard. It is the voters of this country who vote for us, and if you can't fight, that's your loss. It's not because they've bent the system or fixed the EVMs to win.
Rahul, I'm personally not sitting here challenging the will of the Indian people or the electoral majority within our system, which the BJP has won twice nationally and multiple times in various states. The political results are fine. It's what you do with that political power when you have won it. You've won it in the name of the people. How do you exercise it? That is the question that has been concerning all of us and which precisely has led to this kind of agitation in international circles that are concerned about democracy. From India's point of view, an India in which every Indian feels equally valued, equally trusted, and equal opportunity to progress and create a decent life for that person and their family, that's all that any of us can aspire to. This government, unfortunately, has accompanied this with a series of measures, from the Citizenship Amendment Act to various, shall we say, the things it has done and the things it has condoned, including cow vigilantism, which has cost lives, mob lynchings, which have cost lives, arrests, sedition cases, charges. All of these things have naturally got very
Or let's
little
take,
weight.
for example,
And the CA, by the way,
Let me tell you, I mean, as a senior parliamentarian, you should know that all these issues are law and order issues dealt by respective state governments. In India, more than half of the state governments are not in our hands.
But the ones
And
in the
you
worst cases are.
blaming Modi for cow vigilantism or something. States have taken action. I know of Karnataka, where people were arrested for acting in the anti-constitutional manner against the law and order. Steps were taken. Yet you hold Modi responsible for it. How does it work, sir? You are a constitutional, you are a learned person about constitution. Law and order is a separate issue. But on the larger question of perception, I am myself agreeing that government has to do more to set the perception right. But I totally disagree with you if you say that Citizenship Amendment Act is discriminatory. I would urge you to explain to me, how is it discriminatory? On what basis are you saying?
Because it mentions religion. You see, the entire point is our constitution is religion neutral. Had we said that refugees from neighboring countries will be granted asylum or will be admitted into a process in which their claims for asylum can be adjudicated, the world would have welcomed us and applauded us. By actually specifying religions in order to exclude one, we were actually behaving in a deeply obnoxious way, which, as you know, there is a case before the Supreme Court that argues it's unconstitutional. And let me say that I actually agree that it's unconstitutional because it violates and vitiates the very premise that in India it doesn't matter what your religion is, you have equal rights to be an Indian. If you're saying that by being a Muslim you cannot be an Indian, what are you saying to the history of the Muslim people of this country? In 1948, what are you saying about someone like Brigadier Usman, who died on the frontiers within months of our independence, fighting against Pakistan? What do you say? So what I'm trying to say to you is that he would have been given this bill and told, sorry, your claims to citizenship are less than that of somebody else who happens to have a Hindu name. I'm sorry, Ram, this is simply wrong.
No.
And it's not what India is about. You know,
let me take
I
it.
have written an entire book on why I'm a Hindu. So I'm not in any way disparaging the great, accommodative, all-embracing nature of Hinduism. But Hindutva is a distortion of that Hinduism and has become an ideology that excludes and oppresses in the most obnoxious way.
It's a very fashionable argument to distinguish between Hindutva and Hinduism. Very old, not started with you, much before it was started. There is no difference. Both are the same idea. But I come to that important point that you were making about Citizenship Amendment Act. Let me reiterate that it's not at all discriminatory. We will also argue in the Supreme Court. Just as you will argue in the Supreme Court about its discriminatory nature, we will also argue how it is not discriminatory. Let me take 2 minutes to explain why it is not. This bill was an unfinished agenda from the time of Jawaharlal Nehru. 1952, Nehru-Liaquat Ali Agreement. 1972, Indira-Mujib Accord. Both have agreed that the minorities who had migrated to either side, at that time Muslims went to Pakistan, Hindus came over to here, Hindus came over here, they would be taken care of by the respective governments. In 1972, Indira Gandhi specifically stated that the Bangladeshi minorities who were forced out of Bangladesh in 72, I mean, nobody should have any illusion that the majority Muslims were thrown out there. Only minority Bangladeshis were pushed out of those territories. That time it was agreed in 1972 that, okay, India will take care of the responsibility of those who have already migrated, and Mujibur Rahman will take care of those who are already remaining inside Bangladesh. That was the understanding. What we did was that we completed that commitment. We made a law that would only fast track the citizenship of these minorities who had come over into India. Now, no Muslim is denied any citizenship. Adnan Sami secured citizenship from our government. He is a Pakistani Muslim. Where did we deny any citizenship to anybody? But what we did was, where an ordinary person, refugee seeking citizenship, requires 12 years of domicile to apply. In this particular case, those who came into India before 2014, it's not a prospective law. They came before 2014, they lived here for 7 years, 6 plus 1 years, then they can claim citizenship. It is voluntary. We are not handing down the citizenship card to them.